Hi there, it's Giza, and today we're gonna talk about people pleasing. We all, at some point in our lives, were people pleasers, even if we didn't know or if we did it unconsciously. Because I remember that when I was younger, I used to do a little bit of people pleasing because I would say yes to things that I didn't want to do. People would make plans or would ask me for a favor, and I would always say yes. Even though I didn't want to do those things or I didn't want to go to those plans. And at the end of the day, when those plans came closer, I would always find some excuse to not go because I didn't want to go in the first place. And that would be even worse than just say no from the start. But I never knew that that was like people pleasing. And I think a lot of us are not conscious that we're doing it because we don't think like, "Oh, I'm saying yes because I want to please that person." We don't think about it. We do it like it's like when you're walking and you make eye contact with someone and you smile. Like you're not thinking about it. There's something that just happens. When you see someone you know and you give them a little smile. It's like that. You say yes to things, not even thinking about it. Because you're used to like just say yes. You're not used to being like, no, I don't want to do this, so I'm gonna say no. And do you know where I feel like that comes from? That comes from when we were babies, or at least when we were kids. Because what would happen? Our parents always gave us a little prize or like compensated us if we behaved, if we pleased them. That started from a young age, like eat your veggies and then I'll give you some toy. If you eat your veggies, you can eat a little bit of chocolate after. If you do this, then you will gain this. And or if we started crying at the supermarket or something, they would get mad at us. So we always we got used to pleasing people from that age because I think that's almost like the first thing we learn. Like if we behave, if we please our parents, we'll be compensated, we'll be rewarded, we'll gain something from pleasing someone. I really feel like that's where it starts, the people pleasing. And through our lives, we keep doing it because we get something in return. We get sympathy, we get more friends because you're likable. If you always do what people want, they will like you, of course. And I guess through the years, and as we grow, as we become teenagers and we try to find ourselves in our group, we really fall into that, into pleasing everyone that is around us so that we have friends. But let me tell you something. If you need to do everything people want for them to be your friends, those are not real friends, okay? Those are people who want to use you and will only be your friends as long as you are valuable to them, as long as they can get something from you. Because as soon as you stop doing that, they will just kick you out. Like, I'm not your friend anymore because you're not of value for me. And if you build your value based on what you mean to other people and what value you bring to other people, that could go like this. You should build your value based on what you can provide for yourself and how good you are towards yourself and not towards other people. I don't know if I'm explaining myself, but I guess when we are younger, we want to be liked. But not everyone will like you. Some people don't like you, just don't like you. And they have the right to. Like you don't even like everyone you meet. Trying to please everyone around you is not healthy for yourself because you'll be doing things you don't want to do. You keep doing those things because you don't want to lose people in your life. But the fact that you think that because of that you will lose people, you will always have that little thought in your brain of, if I don't do this, they'll go away. They won't like me anymore because I don't do as they please. But as I said, if someone doesn't like you outside of the value you bring to them, what you can bring to them, as in what you can do for them, that's not a real friendship or a real, I don't know, a real relationship, whatever. That's not real. That's only based on what you can provide. They don't like you for you, they like you for what you can bring them. I cut off a lot of people that I started feeling that would only message me or talk to me when they needed something from me. And that's why now I do things for people because I want to do them. And I expect nothing in return from them. Absolutely nothing. If I'm doing something for you, that's because I want to do that. I don't expect that you do something for me in return. I don't care about that. I like you, I'm your friend, I'm your partner, I'm your lover, whatever. If I'm doing something for you, it comes from my heart and not because I'm expecting something in return. That part of myself is really important because how I was raised and me not wanting to be like that, because for me, when you do something for someone, it should come from your heart and not because you are expecting something in return. And for the other person too, if someone does something for me, if they do that with the expectation of me doing something in return, just because they did something for me, that won't happen. I will only do something for someone if I feel it in my heart and not because I'm expecting something. For me, acts of service are something that should come from the heart and not some exchange of favors. That's not how I operate. But a lot of people pleasing comes from that, comes from our relationship will only maintain itself if I do everything you want, or if other person does things that I want. That's not a real thing. That's not honest. That's not an honest relationship. That's not honest feelings. If you are only with someone because of what they can bring to you, or if they are with you because of what you can bring to them in terms of doing things and acts of service, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. That annoys me. I think a lot of people don't realize that they do it, that they people please because they don't want to lose those people or because they want to be liked. But let me tell you, people should like you for who you are, for the kind of person that you are, separating that from what you bring to them. Because if they don't, they're not your real friends. Just do this. Stop saying yes to those people. Of course, if you feel it in your heart that you want to do something for them, do it. But if you don't want to do something, you really don't, and you feel inclined to say yes just because you want to please them, just because you think they'll get mad, say no. Say no. Say no a few times and see how they react and how they act towards you. Just watch them. Watch them and see how they treat you based on that. I promise you, you will find out that a lot of people in your life are only close to you because they can gain something from that. I promise you. Just do that. Try saying no. Actually, I think the first word a baby should learn to say is no. No, that's such an important word for everything. No, I don't want to do it. No. Do you want to go out? No. Do you know how many times in college a few of my friends would say, if you don't go out with me tonight, I won't talk to you anymore? I would be like, fine, then don't. How can you be so childish to the point of getting mad because I don't want to go out? Do you understand what that is? Try saying no. Feel it in your heart and try. Just try. At least if you can't do it always, just try to incorporate you feeling if you want to do those things or not. And saying no if you don't feel like doing. Just say no. It will be amazing for your mental health. And after a few times, you'll get used to it. At first, you will feel like a little, like your chest goes a little like this, like it closes off when you say no because you're scared. Of course, you're scared to lose people, but you have to put in your mind that if you lose that person because of that, then it's a good thing that you lost them. But just feel in your heart if you want to do that or not. And just say no. No, I don't want to do it because I don't feel like it. And if you're childish to be mad at me for that, then I guess we are not as close as I thought we were. Are you only close to me because of what I can bring to you? No, I don't feel like doing this. That's it. Just trust your guts and trust your feelings. You have to feel your feelings and do whatever you feel like. And start doing more of what you love to do. If you want to stay home and read a book or watch your favorite TV show, just do that. And tell them, look, I'd rather stay at home and read a book because that's me. That's who I am. If you don't like me for who I am, what do you want me to say? I'm not like you. We are not the same. Friends don't have to be the same. We can connect in different ways. Look, I might be a homebody. You might like to go out, but I don't. That does not mean that I can't enjoy like going for a coffee. We can try that, but I don't feel like going out all night. I feel like when people talk and communicate, they can understand each other if the relationship is not because of favors. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, you can explain to that person, look, I don't want to do this because of this, this. Because I'm like this. Put yourself in my place and try to understand that. In the same way that you prefer to do that, but if I asked you to do this, would you want to do it? If you don't, I would understand because you prefer to go out, you prefer to do this. I think we can understand each other if we talk about our feelings with each other, if we explain why we do certain things. You don't have to explain yourself if you don't want to. But I think it helps to talk about things so we can understand each other and just do whatever you feel like doing, whatever makes you happy, you know? Of course, you can do things for people, but not expecting things in return. I'm a very heart-oriented person. Like I follow my heart, I'm passionate. I do things based on my feelings and how I feel. And if I feel like doing something, I do it. If I don't feel like doing something, I don't. But at the end of the day, I always try to do what makes me happy. And you should too. Try and do what makes you happy. I love you guys. Don't forget to love yourselves And until then, see you next time.